Hey YouTube, welcome back. So we are of course getting closer and closer to the release of the 2.0 update for New Horizons, with it releasing in just under 2 weeks, which is super exciting. Now a bunch of things have been announced, from mini pop-up shops on Halves Island featuring all of our travelling characters as well as some new ones, to new villagers debuting in Animal Crossing New Horizons for the very first time. Now something that happens every time new villagers are released into the Animal Crossing world is that the villager ecosystem gets shaken up a bit, and for some reason some characters inevitably become more popular and rarer than others. Raymond. And as you know, thanks to the Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct that aired just last week, we now know of 16 new villagers that have been revealed for New Horizons. 8 of these adorable animals are returning from the original and the other 8 are brand new. So I thought it'd be fun to look at these villagers in more detail, go over which will typically be the rarest and why, and see if this changes things. Now we can assume, like the first wave of new villagers such as Raymond and Judy, that all 16 of these 2.0 update villagers will be found on Mystery Island tours, just like all the other villagers, at least if we ignore the Sanrio ones. Now to determine which villagers are more likely to be rarer than others, we have to dig a little into the science of villager hunts and basically look at the statistics or chances of villagers spawning on the island. Anyway, I won't go into the exact science, as Koromora has done a fantastic video on this already and honestly explains it way better than I ever could. But essentially, when you travel on a mystery tour, the game first selects a species, so let's say for example it selects kangaroo, and then it selects an animal, so let's say Walt. That is basically how the pool works for selecting villagers to appear on Mystery Island tours. There is a small moving queue for your current island that means some villagers will never appear because they're in the queue, but to keep it universal for everyone, we can ignore that. Anyway, with this logic, every single species has the same chance to spawn. However, because different species have a different number of villagers, for example there are only 8 kangaroos in New Horizons, the chance to encounter a specific villager from the species changes. So to realise which characters are essentially rarer or have less chance of spawning than others, we have to look at how many villagers there are for each species. Now you'll notice there are 23 cats in New Horizons, followed by 22 rabbits, and all the way down to only 4 cows and 4 octopuses, or octopi, whatever. Which means although every species has the same chance to be encountered on Mystery Island tours, there are more cats than octopuses, so it's harder to find a specific cat, hence why Raymond is considered a rare villager, although in reality he is no rarer than any other cat in the game, including TANGY, who's awesome by the way. Anyway, if we take the same logic and apply it to the new villagers, we instantly know that any cats remain the rarest, as that's still the largest group from all species, with rabbits in close second and of course octopus in last. As we know, there won't be any new cat villagers added in the 2.0 update, but there will be a rabbit, the wonderful Sasha, who thanks to a pattern discovered on the amiibo cards is looking like a lazy rabbit. Again, Chewy Plays Nintendo did an amazing video about this, so if you want to find out more about the villagers' new personalities, I'll leave a link below. So at least out of the new villagers, we know that typically Sasha will be considered the rarest and the hardest of the new villagers to encounter on Mystery Islands. And again, using this logic, it means this poor new Robo Octopus will be the most common, given there are now only 4 octopuses in New Horizons, so you will probably see Cephalobot way more times than Sasha, making Sasha the rarest of the new villagers and Cephalobot the most common. Of course, this doesn't change the overall rarities of all villagers in New Horizons, as the chance of finding a specific cat villager will still be far less than finding a specific octopus. With that said, the new Series 5 amiibo cards pretty much negate this, as you can of course just scan their amiibo card and invite them to move in if you want to. But it's still fun to discuss. But what do you think about Sasha? Will you be on the hunt for them, or would you rather one of the other new villagers? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, thank you so much to all the patrons and channel members for supporting this content, and until next time, have an amazing day, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.